This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Good morning. The champion Bears ran a rarely used 46 defense. Brian Flores, defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, has been known to get flashy with the old 3-4 hybrid with floaters. Unique. Ooh. Pressure-based defense aimed at always putting pressure on quarterbacks and from mysterious angles.
Oh my gosh.
The mystery of it all. Are you familiar with the 85 Bears 46 defense?
I'm familiar with the concept of it. I'm familiar with the aura of it. Certainly.
So you've heard of it?
Yes.
Right.
But schematically, I couldn't speak super confidently in terms of how it's deployed.
That would be the same for yours truly, who happened to be 18 years of age when the Bears won the Super Bowl in 1985. And I remember the 46. But really, until I put about 15 minutes into it last night, I had no idea what went into this 46 defense. It's like when you hear a 3-4 or 34, what do you think? 3 down linemen to 4 linebackers, right?
Yes.
When you hear nickel, what do you think?
Third corner.
When you hear dime, what do you think?
Fourth corner.
When you hear 4-3, what do you think?
4 D linemen, 3 linebackers.
When you hear 46, what do you think?
I always love that one.
Should have paid more attention to math.
Well,
trying to figure it out.
I didn't know what to think.
Who were the 6?
Until I learned the 1985 46 defense of the Chicago Bears the name had nothing to do with alignment. I'm not kidding you. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. It's just the ways and means become rearranged, and this is 9 to noon. Now, yours truly attended yesterday's Minnesota Vikings practice, and yesterday's practice was a win for the Vikings defense, and McCarthy and Sam Howell saw some mysterious stuff yesterday, the con. Flores, I mean, you talk about cold-blooded and calculated. I mean, you got an offense that's going to rest Ryan Kelly. You're down 18. You're raising the Logan Browns and or Joe Hubers of the world. The Giovanni Ricci's. He's a tight end from whom I'm sure you'll hear against Houston, New England, and definitely Tennessee. And Brian Flores is unfurling his 2025 version of something that might be the 46 a couple of times. And it was unbelievable, this amoeba that was floating around the field yesterday. And one of these unique sets led to McCarthy overthrowing or missing guys in the end zone. Another had Hal doing his best Justin Fields imitation in that he couldn't find a swivel. Sam didn't have a swivel on one play. So he eyeballed a receiver. Nudie jumps route. Would have housed it from 85.
And he's loose!
And there's just so much going on right now. It's unbelievable.
I think that's 2 picks in 2 consecutive days for Mr. Nudie.
Yeah, Dwight McLeather. It's
Nudie with the strip.
So Murphy and Rogers, those will be 2 starters.
Yeah.
For sure. So now you got Mekhi Blackman, Jeff Okudah, and Dwight McLeather. Those are 3 battling for one spot. And when I say one spot, I mean actually playing in the games like 65 or 70% of the time. Hey.
Show us, please.
Is this guy favored?
What you can do, Jeff Okudah.
He should be favored to win that race. Jeff Okudah. He should be favored. 3rd or 4th overall pick out of the OSU. Motor City Kitties, got hurt, played like 4, 5, or 6 games over 2 or 3 years.
Is he rediscovering his Buckeye era battery? that he was absolutely unleashing on opposing offenses during his college days?
It's a great question because I find myself staring longingly at Jeff Okudah when I'm memorizing his 21 and his body type through my binoculars, because he's built about as well as you can be built for a corner, and he's fast. But we've had some injuries, and with injuries, potentially could come loss of confidence. And we've bounced around a little bit now. So Okudah should be favored in that equation, but favorites don't always win.
Yeah.
Dwight McGlothern, if I'm Mekhi Blackman, I ain't focused on Jeff Okudah. I'm focused on Dwight McGlothern. Because he, every single time I'm watching a practice, Dwight McGlothern is making something happen. We have a new offensive lineman with whom I'm falling in love, and we're trying to put together, the what do we call the final 53? Oh, the number count.
Yeah,
we're trying to get that number count squared away. It's way, way, way too early to get the 90 down to a 53. It's way too early for that numbers count. But keeping 10 offensive linemen, I mean, that has happened. And I think you can set 9 of them, which means you got a bunch battling for that coveted 10th spot. And if I can remember during the course of the radio show today, Logan Brown was the one on whom I focused a little bit yesterday.
So you said...
I got a new one today.
So you're saying you think it's 9, and now there's potentially a 10th. So Darisaw, Jackson, Kelly, Fries, O'Neal, that gets you to 5. Brendel certainly in the mix. School certainly in the mix.
Yep.
Would we say that Juergens in the mix from the center spot?
And?
We need depth at center. Is Walter Rouse,
yes,
or Walter Rouse would be number 9?
I think those 9, injury-related things aside,
yeah,
I think those 9 are stone cold cinches.
Okay.
So I think that, I don't even remember how many they kept last year, and I ain't ready for the numbers game right now. But the fortification of the Minnesota Moving Company clearly has been an off-season topic /bit/focus for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
Because some of these undrafted guys that they've gotten, including one that I will mention during the course of the radio show, I mean, they look the part at times when I watch them play, like this Leroy Watson.
The 4th?
Yeah, Leroy Watson, the 4th. I mean, I've seen him move man and good man. I mean, like man who plays every so often. And then you get excited about him, and then all of a sudden, like he's not practicing yesterday. I got no idea why.
Well, very rarely do sequels truly pay off, but maybe 4th time's the charm for the Watson family.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, he may have come into the league 4 years ago with the Seahawks as Leroy Watson. It didn't work, and then he ended up in Tampa Bay as Leroy Watson II under the cover of darkness, and then you're trying to beat Chris Lindstrom out of a right guard spot in Atlanta. Who are you? I'm Leroy Watson III. It didn't work there, so...
trying to move up the hierarchy a little bit.
Quasey. K.O. Coop. Good to meet you, man. I'm Leroy Watson IV. Pleasure. It's like to see what we can do here with the old Minnesota Moving Company. I hear y'all need a little bit of help.
It's amazing how you can reinvent yourself just by changing the Roman numerals on your jersey.
We always love that one. All right, to the Bears theme here. The 85 Bears theme. And this is with all due respect, all right, because we're one day into padded practice, and they got a big ballyhooed practice on Monday with 6:30 p.m. coverage taking place on FM 100.3 KFAN. Your Saturday specials, super special Saucy, and Nordo will be at TCO Stadium. Filing reports 6:30 to 7:30 or 6:30 to 8.
6:30 to 8.
8.
Monday practice, though.
That's going to be sweet. Place is going to be packed, and more on that coming up momentarily. But so this is, with all due respect, and the reality of it is that we are super early in the mashing on man equation with only one day of padded practice. And there are tentacles and there are excuses, or there are factors that are playing into some of the stuff I'm about ready to read and share that are legitimate when it comes to the maturation and or raising of a very young quarterback. And it also plays into something I share yearly, which is it's just a strange equation where you get super excited that the 3-4 hybrid with floaters that may have a side dish of 46 to it. I mean, it looks 10 of 10. Hargrave, Allen, Cashy. I mean, it doesn't matter who's out or who's in. The defense is on hit legit right now for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, on the other side of it, if that thing's going incredibly well, there probably are problems on the other side, or things that need to mature and or improve on the other side. And again, I mean, yesterday it's J.J. McCarthy seemed to get a little down on himself after a couple of situations, but Big Boy bounces back quickly. The backup quarterback, the favorite to be the 2, Sam Howell. I mean, I had my binoculars right on him inside the red zone, and he just eyeballed this guy to the left, and there was no swivel, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I'm like, he ain't going to throw that, is he? Throw it.
Yeah.
Nudie.
And he's loose!
There goes Dwight McGlothern.
I saw a video of it on X and thinking the same thing. Like, I understand it's camp, and I suppose
no swivel. In
a rep where you're not getting tackled, maybe in the end you're just going to throw something regardless.
Yeah.
That was absolutely hideous. It was a terrible rep.
Couldn't believe it.
For, as you, maybe, are you a Thurston Howell the third?
Yeah, see, Lovey, Thurston Howell, Gilligan's Island. See, I got all this money and I'm on an island. I got no idea what to do with it. I think I'm going to build some banks.
It's a great show.
Now, yeah, I mean, it was to the point at times yesterday where the offense would complete something and make a passing play. All right. But they would only get a little excited if it was kind of a first down big hitter, like intermediate or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the binoculars were on the play. And I'm like, well, you can't celebrate that. It would have been a sack. But no, celebrate it. No, yeah, that's great. Everybody be happy. What a wonderful, wonderful play. Might have been offside on the right defensive end. Let's watch the tape. Celebrate. Be happy. Be happy during the maturation, please. Even though somebody might have had like 4 sacks yesterday. All right, 3-2.
So if you are analyzing a defense, and I remember during the Zimmer years, we would have somewhat similar conversations, to be honest, during camp, where it's like defense is ahead of the game, Zimmer's crew ready to rock.
Yeah.
Look out a little bit with this offense, but still it's late July. Mm-hmm. I saw some moments where we're really trying to dig into the minutia here. We're almost going down ESPN Cleveland style QB tracker with what we're seeing from J.J. McCarthy.
Shador, 9 of 9, 2 touchdowns. He's back.
I don't want to go that far, but there were moments where you saw, okay, you have Addison back of the end zone. J.J. tries to get it to him. There's a defender there. He throws it. He didn't throw a pick on the play, but there wasn't enough room for Addison to control that catch. So now it's, how's his touch on the passes? You start trying to dig deep in those moments. But then there's another one yesterday where it was totally anticipatory, and Addison breaks his route, and the ball's already in the air, and it was front side of the end. It was a perfect pass from McCarthy, feathered in, paced the right way, the whole thing. Defender did not have a chance, and he was in an awesome spot.
Yeah.
So how do you balance? Again,
right.
I'm not getting too high on that moment.
But that play you're talking about, the context is fair here, Mr. Nords. They were trying running back Miles Price at corner.
I always love that one.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't
No, they weren't. It was on Byron Murphy Jr., the best corner we have. I promise it was. No, but I see what you're saying there.
So it's just you trying to balance that, but I've seen this consistency before, and it only makes sense with Flores, is whether it's vanilla, whether it's new school 46, whether it's floaters, and can Theo Jackson be the next great floater on this defense? The defense, it does appear, is ready to, or at least closer to full form than the offense at this stage.
Yeah, and it generally is like that early in training camps.
Yeah.
Reading between the lines of some Courtney Cronin stories at ESPN.com about the Bears, listening to beloved BJ, Ben Johnson, it's Ben knows his way around an offensive game plan. You know, like Kevin O'Connell, like Sean McVay. He's like they're all limbs from the same tree. And Ben's having to bite his tongue a little bit because Ben's used to hitting L2 and then double tapping circle, and it's a 75-yard touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, his L2's broken. Somebody spilled some sticky substance on triangle.
There's Mountain Dew just all over that thing.
And it's a 5-yard loss for Roshan Johnson, the Texas running back, and Ben's not having fun with it.
Bad snap exchange from the free agent center to the second-year QB.
Yeah. And plays for beloved BJ.
Why am I stuck running backwards?
Yeah, that are plug-in push-button bits.
The joystick won't work.
They're losing 2, 3, and 4 yards, and Dennis Allen, the Bears' defensive coordinator's on the other side of the ball going, it ain't no fun if your offense can't get done. It ain't no fun. Those homies ain't getting none over there.
Do you think there's a stage where Ben Johnson sits down with Dennis Allen and he's like, all right, DA, I get it.
No chance.
Can you just, I don't know, maybe loosen up a little bit so I could get the QB some confidence into week 1 against the Purple?
And then Dennis is like, hey, I appreciate you, and everything's going to be okay. I've done this a long time, Ben. You got $13 million to do that job, right?
I always love that one.
Figure it out, brother. Figure it out, brother. Because I got problems of my own over here. You just ain't found them yet. I mean, that's the time of the year.
Look, I know what with Tyreek Stevenson, I'm going to have plenty of missed assignments during the regular season. I ain't trying to practice that during camp, all right?
Yeah, why is Tyreek yelling at some rube in the 4th row of our training camp? Oh, wait, he's running to the center of the end zone. Oh, wait, but Caleb didn't get the ball there on time, and it was a sack.
Roma Dunze, wide open. Stevenson signing mini helmets off to the side.
It ain't no fun if Ben's offense can't get none. It ain't no fun. Guess who's back in here? Jordan Mason was a major positive for the offense yesterday in that he ran like he was angry and found some sweet seams on the Will Fries, Brian O'Neill side of the equation, the right side. I was really impressed with Jordan Mason yesterday, especially given that when those plays were called, and there was a lot of under center work yesterday for J.J. McCarthy, but with Jordan Mason, you know, when you got Fries and you got O'Neill moving man, and man is not Javon Hargrave and or Jonathan Allen because they didn't practice. Well, that's how it's supposed to work. So baby steps, right? I mean, Jordan Mason, every single time I've watched him, every part of camp. I mean, you talk about somebody who looks like they belong. Holy cow. Among others, the offense was down to Ryan Kelly and Justin Jefferson. The defense, Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen. Not sure if Cashy practiced yesterday. I don't think Gink got out there much either.
Is some of that veteran chill, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
A day after pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it generally works like that. There was some lethargy or just lack of to the practice yesterday at times because, I mean, when you go padded practice, it's full pads, man mashing on man for the first time since January, and the heat index is 102 and is super humid. Yeah, veterans probably need the next day to chill. So we'll see what happens today because they're off tomorrow. Then they start practicing again Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we have that Monday night scrimmage at TCO Stadium, Vikings.com for information on that. Flores' defense was all about tricky yesterday and has looked top-notch all camp. It would be sweet if it plays so well during the course of the season. We're watching NFL Network one day, and Minnesotans .com Tom, as in Tom Pelissero, hits his insider show on NFL Network some nondescript day in the middle of the season and says, this Minnesota Vikings defense is drawing comparisons to the Chicago Bears defense of 1985. How sweet would that be? That group the 85 Bears allowed 12 points per game. It was, I believe, it was a 16-game season then. That group allowed 12 points per game. Richard Dent, so like, I mean, if we're going to get close to that 85 Bears defense, got to have a Richard Dent. And as you'll learn coming up soon, you absolutely have to have a Doug Plank, who could be Harrison Smith. But Richard Dent had 17 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, and a pick 6.
Yeah.
7 forced fumbles. Go on with that, Richard Dent. The 85 Bears amassed 54 turnovers in 16 games, including 34 picks, largely due to the 85 Bears 46 defense. And with that 46 defense, and
come on with this. They had 5 guys with 4 or more picks. I'm totally clomping. Sorry.
No, we're good.
But including, you know who led the team in picks that year?
Let me guess. Dennis Gentry?
Leslie Frazier.
No!
Yeah, he had 6 takes, including a defensive touchdown.
John Robinson for the LA Rams is like, no, Leslie Frazier has knocked us out of the playoffs.
Of all the times we've talked to Leslie and certainly have praised him for his participation and his impact with this team, I didn't know he led the team in picks.
Well, it was Jeff Fisher on that team.
Jeff Fisher was. He was a
corner. Yeah, so they used, I think Dennis Gentry might have been a corner. Might be wrong there. He was a really good kick returner. And they had Olympic track star Willie Gault as one of their wide receivers, and he was a really good kick returner before everybody went to jacking with the kickoff so that it no longer is a really good kickoff situation. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to find Fisher's stats on here. He's not listed on the defensive stats. Among those in 85, but he's credited with the Super Bowl. Yeah. I wonder if he had an injury, perhaps.
Yeah, Charge put him on the practice squad.
I always love that one.
So, the mesmerizing 46 defense was orchestrated by Buddy Ryan. That is Rex and Rob Ryan's dad. I would like to spend a couple of seconds, because I think you'll enjoy it, when we return, envisioning this amoeba-like mystery that was the Bears' 85-46 defense.
Yeah.
And then thinking, well, this current Viking can go there, and this current Viking would play there.
Oh.
And seeing if it has merit. Now, FIFA, Fairness and 46 Defense Act. There is a YouTube video I found that is 4.5 minutes in duration. And it's Buddy Ryan's son, Rob Ryan, taking us through the nuance of the 46 defense.
Oh, it's got to be cool.
And where people lined up and why. I watched it twice. It was fascinating. No, I don't think anybody does it today. What Flores does is unique as you know, outside of like Vic Fangio, maybe Steve Spagnuolo, as a lot of defenses go in the NFL, but it is completely pressure-based every single play. And that was key for the 46 defense. We'll do that. Some Vikes Bites, some KO cuts. We are requesting help from the listening audience, and you'll understand that coming up around the corner. And also, we are guest-free today on the 9 to Noon radio show. Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com. He's in Canton, Ohio, and has some HOF/PFT/NFL-related meetings today, so he can't join 9 to Noon. And this is a We Miss These Bumpers Wednesday. So we started with Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide, which is metaphorical or analogous to the 2025 Minnesota Vikings training camp defense. And we will offer up some more from the cool song department as we continue at FM 100.3 KFAN. That's all part of the TimberTech What's on Deck set list. You're listening to your audio home for everything mysterious, quirky, unpredictable, and fun. This is 9 to Noon. Super Bowl 60, 60, 60, right?
Super Bowl 60.
Yep.
60th time's the charm.
That's in. It's a staple.
Yeah.
And around here, but with a lot of people or a habit state like Minnesota, tradition and repeating things and just holding on to it's very, very important. So therefore that one stays. 60th time's the charm.
I mean, I got some for you here. I want to see.
Excellent.
Loserville
to
Levi.
So, I mean, we got to go back to 2015. So, 10 years ago.
Oh, that's days.
From Loserville to Levi.
We might not need talkbacks.
From Loserville to Levi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Destination Denim.
That's in.
All the way to the Bay.
That's in.
The construction of the jeans.
That's in.
Baywatch 2015.
That's out.
Baywatch. The Santa Clara Strut.
In.
So we have those.
Okay.
Now
I said, hit the Talkback Machine free iHeartRadio app. Tell us what you think of J.J. McCarthy's 2025 regular season. What are your expectations? Do you hope or expect him to run 3 first downs every single game to loosen the metaphorical purse strings that will be the adversarial defense? And he's 22 years of age, and patience are required. And are you willing to have patience with this young man making his National Football League regular season debut September 8th? Or some Super Bowl slogans, if you're so inclined.
Yeah, like from wild card defeat to a San Francisco treat.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Silence.
Wait, you came up with that one?
Yeah, I wrote a bunch down.
Hey.
Because it's that time of the year, and I feel like if we can inspire better creativity, better alliteration from the listeners, just to kind of get those juices flowing on a Wednesday, silence the whiners in the home of the Niners. How about this one? Now, this is stretch. So I read an article that apparently San Francisco is having an issue with
homelessness?
Yeah, and defecation on the streets.
Oh, geez.
Poop scoops for hotel stoops. I don't know if that works.
H-O-F.
That one's out, but I'm going to make it sound like
H-O-F.
H-O-F submission right there from the con.
Now, thinking of certain monologues written while vocal maintenance days were in play in Colorado, we could do "We High" at Levi.
They have dispensaries in California.
They do. Tenderloin scuffles and Super Bowl shuffles.
H-O-F.
It's inside ball. It's inside radio / streets of San Francisco. It's brilliant. It's fantastic.
I don't like this because it doesn't rhyme. Fitted for rings in the home of The Rock. Yeah, it's kind of bad. All right. Ending the razzmatazz in the shadow of Alcatraz.
Give me that one again, please.
Ending the razzmatazz in the shadow of Alcatraz. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, but that's okay. That's fine because, again...
I tried, okay? I'm sorry.
I twy. Now, hold on. 3-2. Everything's going too fast right now. My phone is just stop. Just stop, please. Texting. Everybody, please. Just stop. Thank you. 3-2. The razzmatazz, it's FEHA, Fairness and Host Act. I put 0 time into this.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for me putting 0 time in it to really say to anybody, well, that ain't very good.
So razzmatazz is super obscure, and it's defined as inflated, involved, and often deliberately ambiguous language or double talk. So effectively ending the double talk, however.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought razzmatazz would be, wow, he got into the end zone with a sweet spin and a little razzmatazz.
Yeah, colorful, gaudy action or display.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. How about this? A little razzmatazz in the shadow of Alcatraz.
When does wolf season begin?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to hit the house.
All right, I got a few.
No, say it again. I don't mind it.
Okay.
A little razzmatazz in the
shadow of Alcatraz.
A little razzmatazz in the shadow of Alcatraz.
Some colorful, gaudy action.
Love it. Let me see. So how many do we have here in the button bar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 24 spots.
Okay, well, I'm working.
Hey, if you're in gate 24, you're in the race. You made it in the race. Chip chair chance.
Let me see here.
Help. We need somebody. Help.
You'll like this one, Byron Murphy Jr. style. From yes, sir, to big sir.
I'm having trouble on the Sports Essential page finding a buzzer. I've been having a lot of trouble of late finding things on the button bar.
Just hit your own no.
I'm sure it's me. Oh, wait, here's the buzzer. Oh, wait, no, not in segment.
Not in segment.
God, there's so many ancillary clipping penalties.
18 and a half seconds to go before fines from the FCC.
Hey, hold on.
KFAN is my favorite station.
That's not the buzzer. Oh, I found the buzzer. Hold on.
Kicking them off.
Oh, no, that was yesterday at practice with the quarterback who had no swivel. Hey, you're not really going to throw it that way, are you?
Kicking them off.
And there goes the man they call Nudie, undressing the Minnesota Vikings offense.
This was just, and the rest of these are just kind of, I looked at Google Maps this morning.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, there we go. Vikings Jubilee near Carmel by the Sea.
That's right.
Problem is, it's Carmel.
Carmel.
Yeah, the city's Carmel.
Stupid.
But wait, no, it can work. Do it again.
Vikings Jubilee near Carmel by the Sea.
That's right.
That's in column 3.
Yeah.
Which means it gets in this big 24 slogan race known as the 9 to noon derby, and they're sloganing. We got 24 stall spots. All right. So I think that one drew the 15.
Okay.
Drew the 15, maybe the 14.
That's not bad. If I get a good run, big start out of the gate.
Yeah, I really greatly appreciative that you did put the time into this. Thank you very much.
0 guess, though. From the Lakes State to Golden Gate.
Do it again.
From the Lakes State to Golden Gate.
That's right.
That's a second column. That's a second column submission there. So that one gets into the middle of the starting gate, which is an advantageous spot for the duration of this elongated 2-turn race known as the 2025 season. You don't really want to be out there in the 24 because if you get hung out wide around that first turn, like the second quarter of the schedule, well, that could cost you some W's. And you don't want to be pinned to the inside like spots 1, 2, 3, or 4, because perchance you start slowly, then the other 23, 22, 21, well, they're trying to get down to the inside and save ground. So they converge on you. And then therefore you have to check and you have to you get into trouble and you're almost clipping off heels and things like that. So that last one found a very good spot in the starting gate. The con!
I just want to say how much I love our listeners. They get it. They absolutely get it every time. I got this text message. Hey, if a Green Bay radio station was doing this, they could do from peeing in the sheets to pooping in the streets.
That's right.
Bravo. That Hail Mary hit.
Hail Mary.
That Hail Mary hit. And this time after turning Patrick Peterson around, Watson did not drop the ball.
Hail Mary.
That's beautiful. No, we pause.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, free iHeartRadio app, talk back, microphone, you get the whole bit. Super Bowl slogans. Anybody got any ideas? We're about halfway home on this thing right now, and that's pretty cool. We will drop them in during the course of the radio show. So we got to pay off some things here. We have Vikes Bites coming up soon. Potentially KO cuts from his press conference yesterday. A song called Loose Booty. A Steve's Appliances marathon segment. And yours truly doing my very best on radio to verbally have you envision what this Bears 85-46 defense looked like, what was key to it. And the question will be, is this something we can do or potentially are doing?
Kicking them off.
Picking off quarterbacks for profit on KFAN. The 9 to noon radio presentation has much up its metaphorical sleeve today, and we have plenty of things to unfurl. But for those who claim, yours truly, the announcer, your beloved Vox, the host of 9 to noon, sometimes is light on his teasing game.
Good morning, PA.
How about this tease? At 11 o'clock, I'm going to pay off the 85 Bears 46 defense. Why it was called the 46, what plays into the amoeba-like mystery, the fact that it can be run out of base or nickel, the fact that yours truly may be seeing some of it with Minnesota Vikings training camp practice, and what the defensive linemen do in this alignment that, according to Rob Ryan, nobody else in the National Football League is doing these days.
That one to left field. PA's going to use the speed. Nice catch.
But what do you want to do, Vikes Bites or KO Cuts?
You know what? I can do, let's do Vikes Bites.
Vikes Bites.
You want to do some Vikes Bites? I can do some Vikes Bites here.
Vikes Bites. Loose booty.
Loose booty.
Hot chocolate bottle, let you go.
You know how good it was once in a while? Like, you get hit with 4 live spots in a break, but you also got to recharge with the coffee and the French roast and all that.
Yep, and avoiding a map of Key West on the front of my pants.
Correct. And then on your way back, you get hit up by 3 salespeople and somebody from another station. This is such is life here at the hustle and bustle of iHeart Minneapolis.
Fair.
I'd get to listen to 2.5 minutes of Loose Booty while you were waiting for your coffee. It was awesome.
That's,
and I got to do that every freaking day.
Yeah, that's great.
Until the over-litigious nature of certain industries took that away.
You know what? Our boss, beloved Lonnie, when it came to listening to 2.5 minutes of Loose Booty, he gathered the entire team together for a mandatory iHeart family meeting, and he led it with this.
What? Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
And then we dispersed into all of our stations.
Oh, good.
You know what's good about that? What's good about this is Vikes Bites and some of our amazing partners. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Who's got it better than Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed grass-fed beef?
Beef.
You can shop online. Box of meat shows up at your doorstep. That's awesome.
You talk about Loose Booty showing up at your doorstep.
Woo-wee. And you can also go to your local Coburns, Co-ops, and Kowalski's locations. They're proud sponsors of Gophers Athletics. Mm-hmm. You know, we haven't seen him maybe because of the veteran chill, but Javon Hargrave, new addition, somebody that I'm looking very much forward to seeing on the field for the games that count. Here he is, just kind of, how's it going connecting with guys here in Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all been kind of close, hanging out a lot in the off season, so it's pretty easy. We all friends now. Just right now, we just all trying to push each other.
And then coming off a season with an injury, what do you have to prove to yourself?
I mean, it's just showing I still got it. I'm just excited to being so long. I've never been that long off of football in a while, so I'm just excited to get back out there and make some plays.
Has the nickname Gravedigger carried over well here?
Of course. I think that's been about 10 years in the league now. It'll come when I make a couple of sacks.
On the topic of 10 years, what's been working so well for you heading into year 10?
Just being humble and hungry. Just still hungry to prove myself every day and just come out here and compete at a high level.
You know, PA, the 3 seasons prior to last year's tough situation for him. He only gets to be a part of 3 before having the season ender. 7.5 sacks, 11 and 7, respectively. A couple of in the 4s prior to that, 6.5 in 2018. You did hear it there. He is longer in the tooth. There's no doubt about it. But I always go back to, man, I mean, we had Kevin Williams, of course, and that wasn't bad, having him in the middle as part of the Williams wall and his almost borderline HOF quality work that he did for the Vikings. Mm-hmm. But then there was this lull. And then there was Tom Johnson. And that was the thrust in affecting plays, affecting quarterbacks from specifically the middle of the defensive line.
Breach.
He's healthy. He's ready to rock.
In the 46, he would be opposite the adversarial center.
Good freaking luck to that guy.
I mean, right over him. Not a shade, not a gap shade, not a mugging of an A gap. Right over the roof, breathing on him.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is late July. This is me being a 40-year-old man-child. Javon Hargrave is someone that I have asked for. And this is part of an off-season, and we can, got to stay healthy. We know all of that. But the idea of Hargrave.
Yeah.
The vision of Hargrave is one of my favorite parts of when we get to the 11 o'clock and we pay off the tease of all teases ever to tease, elite tease.
Thank you.
About these the comparisons and what a 46 is and what Flores can do and floaters and all of this. Hargrave's one of my favorites.
They said I couldn't tease.
Good morning, PA.
Well, look at us tease now. Look at us tease now.
What do you think of me now? What do you think of Javon Hargrave? It's going to be fun to see him specifically. He mentioned it too, like, you know, you guys will be talking about the grave digger when you see me get a couple of sacks. This is one of those situations a decade in the league where you got to wait a little bit because the games that count are the games when he's going to be showing up, but really pumped for it.
Well, his nickname Gravedigger and his name Javon Hargrave, is the nickname predicated on him burying quarterback 6 feet deep or the fact that we're digging a guy who has grave in his name? Are we the grave digger, like an apostrophe, shortening the name, Hargrave to grave? Are we grave diggers? Or are we putting quarterbacks 6 feet deep in coffins led by the grave digger?
Now, I of course, at any high level in my life, I've been part of teams, and technically I'm part of a team here. We're a team at iHeart. But I've never worked and operated on a sideline in competition of sport. But you see like the turnover chains and stuff like that are popping on sidelines. Somebody gets a pick and they throw that big chain around his neck.
In baseball, some aggressive Roman helmet after somebody hits a home run and they walk through the dugout.
What about for the Vikings? They do a turnover or a sack shovel. So when Javon Hargrave gets a sack, big third down situation, complete stopper on Caleb Williams, and they're going to the sideline to figure out what's wrong with the snap, and Drew Dahlman's taking L's and everyone's pissed off on their sideline. You have Hargrave, he walks over and Flores just hands him a spade and he just parades that thing around in prime time at Soldier Field. The sack shovel for the Vikings defense, in particular the grave digger. I think that's a good idea.
You see, the Chicago Bears in 1985, and I have a little bit of infatuation with them right now.
Hashtag Faith Radio.
But they had something known as the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl Shuffle. Maybe we have the Super Bowl Shovel. Super Bowl Shovel for the old grave digger.
Oh, I think that's
all I got on the grave digger.
No, that's fine. Looking forward to him play, right? I mean, that's really all we can say at this stage.
If you want to think Williams Wall, he's Pat. Jonathan would be Kevin Williams. But at 11 o'clock, when we pay off the mesmerizing nature of a defense orchestrated by Buddy Ryan called the 46, and its amoeba-like mystery, Hargrave, Allen, and defensive lineman du jour, I think it would be Harrison Phillips. So think about that. 3 defensive tackles who are your linemen, and where they line up and why, and what makes it important.
Ooh, I dig that.
How is she? Everything good?
Everything's good.
Great.
Vikes Bites. Thank you, Thousand Hills. Let me hit you with one more, and specifically on the defense. Let's continue on the tease of the 11.
Yeah.
Ryan Kelly, I played for you yesterday. Just kind of his thoughts on Donovan Jackson, first round draft pick, and come on. Can we just plug this guy in and he's just freaking good for years to come? How cool would that be? And he's in the right spots, and Ryan Kelly's liking what he's seeing from the former Buckeye. But what's his perspective in the iron sharpening iron vein of being a longtime offensive center, and just whatever you can make of this nutty Flores defense?
I mean, I think there might be some teams that try to emulate it, but no one that I've seen since I've been in the league have tried and successfully done it the way they've done it. I mean, I played a lot of defensive coordinators. I mean, there's some teams where they make things look differently, but I wouldn't say there's as much movement as Flo does. You know what I mean? And it's not just that. It's, is Andrew Van Ginkel going to be considered a linebacker or a defensive end on this play? And then you get into third down and long, 2 years ago, and we're sitting there like, I mean, I don't know what's going on. So I think you couple all those things together with really good players, and it makes it really tough. And that's kind of their methodology is just chaos. You know what I mean? They have great players to support it. It's one thing to have decent players and do that, but to have really great players and do that just makes it a really big challenge for us, and get on the same page.
Iron sharpening iron, PA. It's late July.
Yeah, you want centers looking at Brian Flores' defense where he's like, it's teams will try to replicate it, but it's virtually impossible because there's so much movement. Just like the 85 Bears 46 defense.
Ooh.
I'm not kidding you with a couple of things I saw yesterday. You want the Mike, the middle linebacker, you want the quarterback to look at the Mike, the middle linebacker, and about 6 seconds before the snap be like,
what in the ham fat is going on with you guys? What in the ham fat is going on with you guys?
What in the ham fat's going on up in here? This is 9 to noon. It's 10:02. Nordo produces, and I'm Paul Allen. We're all here together at FM 100.3 KFAN.
Lenovo is built for creators who don't wait for inspiration. They chase it. With inventive tech, built-in AI tools, and seamless performance, Lenovo devices powered by Intel Core Ultra processors are designed to bring your wildest ideas to life faster. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Enjoy flexible financing, rewards on every purchase, and free shipping. And students get special offers when you create an account at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.